Howdy y'all, it's Russell back. Today is June the 12th, 2023. And look at what I'm doing. So the oil has been in the Tundra here. It's a 2006 Tundra with the 4-liter V6. I've been running the Amsoil Signature Series 5W30 in here with the long Amsoil Life oil filter, and I am dumping the Amsoil and I'm putting in Pennzoil Platinum high mileage full synthetic. Yeah, you heard it right. Oh, and I also have a Fram Tough Guard oil filter on there. Now before you start throwing all the comments, listen, this is the best oil right here. This is the best oil made, all right? Hands down. So I'm doing an experiment. I took a sample. I'm gonna send it to Blackstone Labs, and we're gonna see, I think this oil has a little over 10,000 miles on it. And I want to see exactly what kind of wear metals and contaminants we have in the oil. The reason that I'm putting the platinum, the Pennzoil in, is I went to Walmart and I wanted a really good middle priced oil. I think this was like 23 bucks for 5 quarts. And same thing, I wanted to see if somebody went to Walmart and picked up these 2 items. And this is not bad oil, all right? The oil's not bad. I can't go a year on this. No way. That's not what I'm gonna be doing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pretend like I don't know anything about Amsoil, and I'm gonna run this for 3,000 miles. 3,000 miles, and then out it goes. I'm gonna take some samples of it, or a sample, and we're just gonna see what happens. Depending on how the sample comes back, I'm gonna do it again, and I may go 4,000 miles, I may go less than 3,000 miles, depending on what the sample says, all right? Now, this experiment is going to be more expensive than using the Amsoil one time for a year. I know that, okay? I know that Fram filter is not half as good as the Amsoil filter. I would have put a Wix on there. Wix are really, really good filters. But I couldn't obtain one soon enough. And this oil, again, you know, we all know about the debacle. This is full synthetic, which is really a Group 3 base stock that has been highly refined, and the government lets them call it synthetic. This is not synthetic oil. This is synthetic oil, 100% synthetic. But we're not going to get into all that. You can do all that research. I know everybody has their likes. Before I knew about Amsoil, I was a Castrol GTX, change it at 3,000 miles or you're a moron, for years and years and years. And that wasn't even, that was just like a Group 2 base stock. This was stuff in the 80s. Yeah, just regular conventional oil, Castrol GTX. And it was fine. I had no problems whatsoever. But I was changing oil every 3,000 miles. But it was cheap, so who cares? The engine liked it. So that's what I'm gonna do, and that is the purpose of this. I will make another video in 3,000 miles. I'm gonna show you exactly, I don't know if I'll put this in. I may put this back in. Probably I should. I think I probably will, to keep everything consistent, as long as it's not too expensive. I wanna stay around the $23-ish range for 5 quarts, and I'll probably use this filter again. We'll just do it. I know it's hard for me. You know how hard, look, I'm gonna show you guys something. I have just had ordered an entire case of the 5W30. Because I was gonna put that right back in this Tundra for another year. But I wanna do an experiment for you guys, and you know, there's hardly anything more controversial in the car world than engine oil. It just is. It probably always will be. Everybody has stories. I've got plenty of my own about you know, this, my dad used this, my granddaddy, my grandpappy this, you know, whatever. Use whatever oil you want. I don't care. But I like to use the absolute best oil available. And I have plenty of stories and lab analysis on cars that I've owned since the early 90s. But I want to do this experiment. We're just going to see what the Pennzoil does. I don't think I've ever used Pennzoil. And to be quite honest, I don't think I'm going to be able to notice any difference. I don't think so. In fact, when I finish this up, I'll crank it up and we'll see. I'm going to be honest about it if I can tell a difference. The previous owner, one of my family members, they were using Mobil 1 in here. This oil got changed every 5,000 miles its entire life. They were using Mobil 1. Can I tell a difference between the Mobil 1 and the Amsoil? No. However, the lab analysis doesn't lie, and the lab analysis can tell you things that are happening in the engine that you can't hear, feel, or perceive. So, but I just want to do this just to see what's up with it. Yeah, you don't know how it pained me to do this. And I have a brand new Amsoil EA filter sitting up there on the shelf that I was going to do this, and I was like, you know, let me make everybody a video. Not that you haven't seen enough oil videos, but let's just see what happens. Maybe you've got a truck like this. Maybe you've got this 4-liter Toyota. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyway, that's the deal. So as soon as I get done with this, I'll fire it up and we'll see. We'll see if the VVTi will rattle or if I can perceive any difference. We'll come right back. And I made a mistake. I said it was a tough guard. This is a Fram Ultra Synthetic. Yeah. Running just as smooth as it normally does. Alright, so I'm going to send the sample off to the lab, and then in 3 months when we're back to change this oil again, and I'll give you the results of what it did with the Amsoil.